It began with a bomb in Monaco. It ended with a confession inside Ukraine's own military intelligence. The woman accused of trying to kill a sanctioned Ukrainian tycoon made it home alive. Days later, she was dead. Now, Kyiv says one of its own intelligence officers has admitted pulling the trigger. It began with an explosion in Monaco. It has ended thousands of miles away with a confession from inside Ukraine's own military intelligence. Ukraine's Prosecutor General's office and the security service say a Ukrainian intelligence officer has admitted to killing the woman suspected of trying to assassinate sanctioned Dnipro businessman Vadym Iermolaiev, unraveling a case that started as an attack on foreign soil and ended as a murder investigation at home. The woman, Anastasia Berezovska, allegedly slipped back into Ukraine on July 1st. Within days, she was dead, and investigators were already tracing every step she had taken since landing.
According to investigators, she arrived in Ukraine on July 1st, 2026. The authorities identified the people she had been in contact with and traced her movements.
The trail led to two men, a former law enforcement officer and a serving HUR officer, both of whom had wired her money through crypto wallets and bank transfers. That financial link was enough to turn suspicion into scrutiny and scrutiny into arrest. Then came the discovery that turned the case darker still. A search of the former officer's home uncovered a basement investigators say had been fitted out as a torture chamber. Berezovska's body bore gunshot wounds to the head, with spent shell casings recovered at the scene. Both men now face charges of murder committed as part of a group.
During urgent investigative steps, the active HUR officer confessed to killing Berezovska together with another suspect. He also said he had not informed his superiors about his contacts with her.
Behind it all sits the man who was never meant to survive the attack that started it. On June 29th, an explosion ripped through an apartment building in Monaco, leaving Iermolaiev and his wife in critical condition, while their 13-year-old son escaped with non-life-threatening injuries.
An explosive device which was near the entrance door, either on the access steps to the building or immediately in the vestibule, and which seriously injured 3 inhabitants of this building who were presumably returning home.
Iermolaiev built his fortune across agribusiness, real estate, construction materials and medical equipment, one of Dnipro's wealthiest men. He gave up his Ukrainian citizenship in 2017, settled in Monaco after the 2022 invasion, and was sanctioned by Kyiv in 2023 over alleged Russian ties, accusations he has consistently denied. What remains unclear is why a HUR officer was involved at all. That question now sits with prosecutors preparing charges as Ukraine's national police and the SBU's counterintelligence unit push the investigation forward.
Ukraine's intelligence services say they destroyed a launch system for the 3 Oreshnik ballistic missiles, ready for launch from Russia's Kapustin Yar range in the Astrakhan region in the summer of 2023. According to Security Service of Ukraine head Vadym Iermolaiev, the operation took place on Russian territory at Kapustin Yar and was carried out by the combined forces of Ukraine's military intelligence, the SBU and the Foreign Intelligence Service.
One of the 3 Oreshniks was successfully destroyed on their territory in Kapustin Yar by the forces of the GUR military intelligence, SBU, and the foreign intelligence. We will not reveal any details. It was a very successful mission, and at that time, we did not say a word about it. A lot of time has passed.
Russian President Vladimir Putin had earlier claimed that the Oreshnik was impossible to intercept and had the destructive power comparable to a nuclear weapon, though Western experts have questioned these assertions. Putin said in June Russia was stepping up production but gave no details.
In combat conditions, a test was carried out of one of the latest Russian intermediate-range missile systems, in this case, with a non-nuclear hypersonic version of a ballistic missile.
Ukraine's intelligence, however, estimates that Russia has fired one Oreshnik missile and destroyed a second, with at least one still in its arsenal. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky warned that Russia may deploy the Oreshnik to Belarus, putting parts of Europe within its reach.
We understand that their approximate range is 5,500 kilometers. And there is a dead zone of 700 kilometers. This means that Europeans, especially those in Eastern Europe, should pay attention to this.
Zelensky stressed that it was crucial for these enterprises to come under sanctions.
25 Russian companies that are working to enable the production of Oreshnik, though not many, they are nonetheless producing 6 missiles per year, are not sanctioned.
According to the Russian media, Oreshnik is a variant of the Russian 40-ton solid-fuel rocket Rubezh, which splits into 6 parts, each of which can hit a target independently of the others. The Rubezh is equipped with a Mir-V payload, which stands for multiple independent re-entry vehicles, which can be seen in videos of the attack on Dnipro. Footage shows multiple projectiles hitting the ground, but without the large explosions normally associated with conventional missiles or payloads, suggesting it was carrying essentially a dummy warhead. On November 21, 2024, the Russian President, Vladimir Putin, had stated that the Russian army had struck Dnipro with the Oreshnik ballistic missile, allegedly in response to the Ukrainian armed forces' use of American and British long-range missiles. Russia's Security Council Secretary Sergei Shoigu reportedly urged skeptics to believe in the development and successful testing of Moscow's new miracle weapons, the Burevestnik nuclear-powered cruise missile and the Poseidon nuclear torpedo. On October 26th, Putin announced the completion of the final tests of the intercontinental Burevestnik cruise missile, describing it as having no match in the world. Russia's Chief of the General Staff, Valery Gerasimov, added that during its test flight, the missile, equipped with a nuclear propulsion system, travelled 14,000 kilometres and remained airborne for about 15 hours.